Okay, this is Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show. I traveled non-stop for 16 plus years and went to 90 countries, which means I really live as an expat, but I'm one of the different ones that actually just keeps moving from place to place to place, mainly because I can adapt. Okay, and I'm very good at this. Okay, Billy C has written a comment. Yes, we have it pretty good in the USA due to due process under law, enforcement of contracts, and the right to sue for legitimate damages. Not perfect, but what is? Country society is. What country society is. Living as an expat is great until there is a problem. My motorcycle was stolen in Thailand. Reported it to the police. Even had a CCTV video of the thieves in the act. Okay, so somehow he recorded it. But the cops just laughed. But they wouldn't even visit the crime scene. They didn't even report until my second visit. Make a report. You probably have to have sometimes, I don't know if you'd have insurance there. But, you know, usually you report something stolen so that you can get your insurance if you have it. Insisting that the log it into their files and give me a copy. Enjoy your visit home in Midwest is great in the summer +1. Whatever that means. I wanted to, the reason why I'm pointing it out, he keyed in on a very big problem for people that want to live abroad, and that is living as an expat is great until there is a problem. And when you realize that you're completely, the police in other countries, 225 countries on the planet, they will just pull you over for anything and do anything they want to do, and you have no protection against them, and you realize it's kind of like rape. It's not fun. It's not fun to realize that even in the worst case, nobody's going to come to my protection. And that is the value of the United States. We have due process, all these things he said. Due process under the law, enforcement of contracts, and the right to sue for legitimate things. You don't have that in most of the planet, right? And that means that anybody and everybody, it's the law of the jungle. Whoever steals what from the other person wins. And it's a very alpha male type culture, and that's where I live. This is why I really try to give people the raw deal, as Joe says. I don't want you to get your, I don't want somebody blowing wind up your skirt and making you think all these places are heaven. They're not. They're really can be very, very dangerous places. And you'll see many, I remember why I was in Sosúa, Dominican Republic, and this guy got sick. And he got sick and he flew back to Miami the next day. You see this, there was in Vilcabamba, this guy was flying to Florida to get some stuff. Older people, especially people over 60 or 65, you got to really get down to your basic thing, and if you had a heart attack, what would you do? And you're going to do this. You're getting old. What do you think? You're going to live forever? And this is, people just dream that they're not going to have these problems. And are you willing to live with it? Live with the culture. But once you get robbed, I really haven't been robbed that much, and this is one reason why I give security stuff and I talk about my secret pockets and stuff. When 90% of the people get robbed in the first year or two, pretty good, and I mean like losing almost everything, and then they just willful blindness it away like it didn't happen. And some of them though, it's really like a rape, and they really, in their whole life, they never got robbed in the United States, they never got attacked in the United States, they never had somebody pull a gun into them on the United States, and suddenly they have these real things happen, and the paradise goes from paradise to something like they can't imagine. And this is why I really call like international living in some of these places. I really irritated at them because they want to act like you can buy a house in America, then you can go to another country and buy a house. This is a lie. And yeah, you can buy the house, you can build the house, but you're going to get robbed once a year, right? One guy in Guatemala lives outside of town in San Andreas in Lake Atalan, and he'd been robbed 11 times because he lived outside. He'd drive a car to the city. You know, obviously he just liked to get robbed, I guess. It's not a good feeling, okay? I've never really got robbed that much in the United States, and I used to walk into houses and collect rent in some of the roughest parts of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and down in the high crime area. I just don't see, you know, everything is paradise until the first time something bad happens. I really would like you to all just go slow on the idea of buying or investing any kind of money abroad. It's not an investment. It's a way to lose all your money. It's a horrible investment. And wait a year until you've heard some of the stories. Keep your ears open for people that can tell you stories of things that are happening. Some people are so anal, and they got their mind is so closed to listening to other people and talking to people, they don't hear the reality around them. And all of Central and South America, they rob like water, and they kidnap people all the time. They kidnap people. They put guns on them. I finally decided that the Dominican Republic was absolutely, I consider it unsafe for anybody on the planet. There are just too many guns and too many robberies, and it's got the worst amount of traffic deaths on the planet. This place is a great place to die. Okay, Africa has got to be one of the safest places. So, but what you got to understand, and the reason for this is that all the travel writers and whatevers, they lie, and they want to create a world where everything is marketable. Okay, they're basically writing. They go to places that other people have went to, that are popular. Then they write about it, and they get a free room in a hotel, and they say everything nice, and they celebrate it, and they champion the place, and they do this just so that they can get all the advertisers and do it. And there's no inconsistencies. They're basically, their whole trip is wonderful, and it's just shit. Okay, Andy Graham, thanks, Billy. That's very insightful. So wait until you have that big bad thing happen to you abroad and see if you're still a traveler.